Okay, so this is how it goes. Candace Owens goes on to Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes, I think, is having a media tour of some sort. So he has a lot, all his weeks booked. So he did a lot of interviews. One of them was Candace Owens. She comes on his show, or he goes to her, and they do this conversation. She very confrontational in it. I think that's the only reason they allowed her to do it, to be confrontational with him. Made a lot of claims against him. She took that interview, went to Tucker Carlson. We're gonna watch the clip now, guys. But before that, I want to explain a little bit more what happened. After that, Tucker Carlson says here, basically claiming that Nick Fuentes potentially just a right-wing gatekeeper of neocons, which I'm not sure why right-wingers need more neocons. Yeah. But that claim is obviously false because we know Nick Fuentes will debate anyone. It's not really right or left. He's actually, we really respect him for calling out everyone. I mean, he's calling out Dave Smith. That's I would argue is the left. So this idea that Tucker Carlson hit the nail on the head and figured something new out is kind of showing that maybe he is the one that's compromised. He is the one projecting here. He is the one that's actually seemingly in operation to stop neocons or any con from claiming their right winghood. And I'll show you some evidence why I believe that. Basically, his dad turned out to be CIA, and he acts like he was shocked to hear that.
But the only reason I know who he is because someone.
Here's him talking about Nick Fuentes, and maybe in this clip there's his dad as well.
A video a few years ago of him attacking me, and I was like, So I'm looking at this, and I'm like, well, first of all, this kid's really talented, like legit, and I can assess that just having done the job for so long. So it's like, wow, lots of talent, native talent, and he's attacking my dad as a CIA, his dad's in the CIA or whatever, and I'm like,
there it is.
No, untrue. Then my father dies, and I learn actually, was involved in that world. I was completely shocked by it. So no one has to believe me, but that's just a fact.
Right.
This was in March of this year. And I'm like, well, how the hell would this child from Chicago, my dad was 84 when he passed. Like, who does this guy know who my dad is? And like, he's in intelligence. Well, how would he know that?
Wait, so that was his critique of you? Because I didn't see it.
Someone just sent me this video and it was like, you can't believe anything Carlson says because his father was in the CIA and he's a CIA working on behalf of the CIA. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious, and I actually feel emotional in my anger towards CIA. And I think that comes out on the air quite regularly.
Right.
And so the idea that I'm working for the CIA is like deranged.
Well, if it helps, he said I'm funded by Russia. Now, since the interview, he then did a thing and said I was funded by Russia.
But you would be a lot more likely to take Russian money than I would be to work for the CIA, because you would never take Russian money, and you're not Russian. But I mean, I really hate the CIA, and I mean,
right.
That's like very offensive to me. So why would you?
It's like personal for you.
Well, a little bit.
Yeah.
And anyway, like, who is this kid exactly?
Mm-hmm.
Does he call him gay here?
It's just an accident that the guy exclusively goes after people who are in the same.
Yeah, so here, turns out, for some reason, he's mad that Nick Fuentes was right. I guess the argument is that Fuentes called his dad a CIA agent. He believed that his dad was not a CIA agent, and therefore Nick Fuentes was right. And so it's creepy that this little kid knows more than me. But here I'm going to show you guys that he actually maybe knew a little bit more than he was giving off. So maybe it was a little bit public knowledge. I mean, here it is. Here's Mr. What's his name?
From Putin, like
talking about his dad in the CIA.
And so when I applied to CIA, and I've taken a lot of crap, including from Putin, like, oh, you're from a CIA.
He went to apply to the CIA, guys. He applied to CIA.
And so when I applied to CIA,
this is an interview he did after his interview with Putin.
And I've taken a lot of crap, including from Putin, like, oh, you're from a CIA family. Well, yeah, obviously my father worked in conjunction with CIA. I mean, that's what that is. And I tried to join the CIA, but I'm not being false about it. Native talent. And he's attacking my dad as a CIA, his dad's in the CIA or whatever.
So the guy tried to admit himself into the CIA. So the guy tried to admit himself into the CIA. His dad turned out to be in CIA, but he's mad about Nick Fuentes because he's gay. Clearly somebody's compromised here, and it's not Nick Fuentes. Here's Nick Fuentes' epic rant going on, responding to the allegations by Mr. Tucker Carlson here. And yeah, I would love for you guys to look at it. But yeah, I mean, just look at it. Just the evidence itself shows that Tucker Carlson is mad about Nick Fuentes for being right about something that even he might have exposed. Because he's exposed that he wanted to apply to the CIA himself multiple times. This is not the first time he's done that. And this idea that it's so far-fetched that he's CIA, or he would hate to be a CIA. Then why would you apply to be a CIA multiple times? You hate the CIA so much. Oh, this happened afterwards? So clearly what I'm saying is there's some kind of contradiction here, and it's not coming from the Nick Fuentes side. But let's hear his side of the story. He's going to go ahead and respond to the allegations here that he is the Fed. Because how did he know that my dad was a CIA agent? Let's listen to him. Let's listen, because that is the allegation here right now that Tucker Carlson has lobbied. Is that Nick Fuentes is compromised and he's an operation.
Don't listen to Nick Fuentes. He's crazy and hateful. Listen to J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance says it's time to give Israel missiles and bomb Iran so that you can fight a war with China, because he's a spokesperson for global leadership, and he will convince you to stay away from that toxic Trump Nick Fuentes stuff because of his credibility as a disaffected white guy. That's it. That's what it is. How do we steer the population back into a new Cold War? How do we steer the population into supporting Israel in a way, in a world where they're rapidly losing credibility? Get a guy like Vance. Get a guy like Vance to imitate and echo back to you, to project back to you the grievances of the white working class while steering you into the agenda of the CIA and the DOD and Israel, which is a distinction without a difference. Do you get it now? And that's who's doing it. I'm being accused of being the CIA by Peter Thiel's best boys, by Tucker Carlson with his daddy. Tucker Carlson's, and you know what? Here's the other thing. Tucker Carlson said I'm a weird gay kid in the basement. Yeah, and I'm from Chicago. You're right. Well, okay, you're not right about all of that. But I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Tucker Carlson says, I have so many trust funds, I never have to work. Tucker went to a $45,000 per year private high school, then a $45,000 per year selective Ivy League school in New England. Tucker Carlson's daddy was a Reagan appointee. And then, after years of bragging about being an elite, bragging about being so out of touch and so rich, now he's going to be the spokesperson for all the white people. Now he's going to roll up his sleeves. I just like to hunt and fish in my log cabin. I care about Klarna and credit card debt. But then when it comes to me, I'm one of the real disaffected white people. You want to talk about me and them? I am them. He says Nick Fuentes is leading all of the disaffected young white men. I am a disaffected young white man. I was a precocious, intelligent, young white college student who went to Boston University, who was pro-Trump and red-pilled by Trump and animated by Trump's message of America first. And I asked questions about Israel, and I was punished for it. I did it years before Tucker Carlson started talking about Israel last year. And I sacrificed, and I was targeted by the ADL, by the SPLC, by the federal government, by the conservative movement that both Candace and Tucker were a part of. Candace and Tucker had nothing to say about Israel until it became unavoidable last year. Not popular, but unavoidable. And now they want to gatekeep me out and do this personality attack and say I'm a bitter loser in my basement from Chicago. I'm a kid from Chicago. And they slipped up there because they forgot for 1 second that they're pretending to be the spokesperson for exactly that kind of person. Tucker's mask slipped, and he forgot for a minute that for 8 years he's been pretending to care about the plight of weird kids in their parents' basement who are broke and didn't go to an Ivy League school, living in cities that don't matter like Chicago, not like Washington, D.C. or L.A. or New York. And that's why he had such disdain and contempt for me in that moment. Between the personality.
What do you guys think? Nick Fuentes for president? I mean, there has to be somebody in 2028. Well, he's not even going to be 30. I mean, 2032?
Taps. He's lonely. He's weird. He lives in a basement. I'm sorry. Did you guys forget that that's your target audience that you're trying to pander to? Did you forget that for 2 seconds? And I'm the inauthentic person. I am that person. I am a spokesman for the disaffected white man because I am one, and you two are not.
For disaffected white
Candace
man.
Owens got married to British royalty worth $200 million after meeting him for 2 weeks on Zoom. What the fuck is even that about? And Tucker Carlson's dad ran the CIA's propaganda empire fighting the Soviet Union. He went and fought with the Contras when he was in college. When I was in college, I was doing a webcam show in my friend's dorm room criticizing Israel. So who's the CIA cutout? Who's the inauthentic one? Who's the crazy, hateful one?
It's projection.
I would never describe a well-meaning young white person who's trying to get ahead as a weird kid in his basement from Chicago. And what is that supposed to mean? What is wrong with being from Chicago?
Yeah, that's
What
true.
is wrong with being weird? What is wrong with living in your basement? That's a lot of people because of the problems you claim to care about. Tucker's at Turning Point USA extolling the predatory nature of usury and how it's preventing young white men from getting homes. And then the week after says you're in your mom's basement. So which is it? So which is it? Do you care about Klarna and people going into debt to order pizzas and home ownership being impossible? Or do you think that's a contemptible, low-status thing to be ridiculed and mocked? Who's pandering here exactly? Because that wasn't you. You were born to the Swanson family fortune and your daddy who ran the CIA. You know, my dad didn't even graduate college. My dad worked for the tollway. His dad died of a drug overdose in the 70s. My mother's father was a garbage man in Chicago.
True American.
Oh, and he committed suicide.
Nick Fuentes is all American, guys.
He was a veteran of World War II.
Sounds about right.
Who's the CIA cutout? Who's the poser? Who is America? I am America. Chicago is America. That's an American story. I didn't go to Yale Law School.
I confirm this is 100% America. The garbage man. And the drug overdose, 100% America.
And suck Peter Thiel's dick and then get a sinecure at a venture capital firm advising Rebecca Mercer and writing hillbilly elegy and talking about it at the Aspen Institute. That's your biographical credibility? How many of these disaffected white people that love Trump because he's racist went to Yale Law School and got plucked out by Peter Thiel, whoever he even is? Peter Thiel with his fixation with the Antichrist, this homosexual who's involved with the CIA, who wants to live forever and govern the world with AI. Yeah, that's really relatable. That's really relatable. Do another show with him and Curtis Yarvin. Do another show. Do the 47th show with J.D. Vance. It is insulting, and it is insulting to everybody's intelligence for Tucker to sit there and say he doesn't know his dad is in the CIA, for him to say that I'm in the CIA. What a joke. What a sick joke.
Not even that, for him to say that he hates the CIA so much. He tried to apply to it multiple times, he said. And he knew that his dad was connected to it. I showed you the video already.
Especially after everything that's happened to me. And unlike what Candace Owens says, she says, what happened to him when he was 18? What happened to me is ongoing. Okay? Unlike Candace Owens and Tucker, I never got a contract with Ben Shapiro and Rupert Murdoch. I was on Maker Support. I was on Patreon. I was on D Live. I had to fight for everything I have. I didn't get $1 million contract from Turning Point. I didn't get $20 million from Fox News. My daddy didn't get me a job in Arkansas. So ridiculous. So that's that. That's my rebuttal to that whole situation. It drives me crazy. What happened to him when he was 18? I still can't get a check mark on Twitter. I had someone that showed up to my house and tried to shoot me in December, and nobody even talked about it. They tried to cover it up.
I didn't even know.
Somebody came to my house with a gun and tried to break in and shoot me doing my show, and nobody covered it.
I heard
And
somebody
that's
tried
not
to
me
attack him. I
complaining,
didn't
but to
know he
try to
tried
pretend like
murder
that
him.
happened to me when I was 18. For 7 years, at great personal and professional cost, I have told the truth about these subjects as I have always understood it in the moment, and I have been remarkably consistent. For that, I have lost every friend I ever had in high school. For that, I was subpoenaed by Congress, had to pay $250,000 in fees. I got banned on every social platform known to man. I got debanked. I got put on a federal no-fly list. I have been slandered and lied about, called a racist, a Nazi, called the Fed. Meanwhile, Tucker and Candace were raking in millions from Rupert Murdoch and Ben Shapiro, not talking about the things I've talked about for 8 years. And then when it became unavoidable last year, now they want to direct the traffic. Now they swoop in from Fox News and Daily Wire and say, I'm going to tell you what to think about Israel, and here's who you can and can't listen to. That is ridiculous. And it is offensive to the intelligence of anybody that is paying attention to this. And you know what? I don't have a platform as big as Tucker. I don't have a platform as big as Tucker because I never had a Fox News show. And I don't have a check mark on Twitter, and I'm banned on YouTube, unlike him. And I don't have a platform as big as Candace Owens because I never had a Daily Wire show, and I've been banned on YouTube for as long as she's had a show there. So I don't know how many people will even hear this. Is anyone going to hear this and understand how wrong this is? That's the game now, is they will talk over you because they still have a bigger megaphone. But for anybody that watches this show and paid attention to what I've said, maybe now you can start to understand what is going on here. And they
We understand what's happening. Nick Fuentes explained it completely. This explains why Candace Owens came so confrontational against him and came at him immediately, because she is the actual operation. She is the actual paid person who's trying to keep her contract safe and is delivering something out of the ordinary. I don't know why they're even attacking Nick Fuentes right now. That doesn't make sense. I guess because he's the only one actually going against MAGA. So this is true. This is an actually astroturfed campaign. And Candace Owens is not real. You cannot trust her. And Tucker Carlson seems to be completely compromised because he's a CIA agent. So we totally understand Nick Fuentes. We get it. You're the only one that's not. They are literally trying to destroy your life. And till now they are. Till now they are doing it. Till now they are doing it. For them to mention it's 18. They just made a video completely destroying your credibility, calling you a homosexual. They are horrible people. Disgusting people with no evidence, just calling him gay. Zero evidence. Into the break, imagine that. It's like if Ben Thorpe had a show, that was Tucker Carlson. Crazy. Just creating allegations out of thin air. I guess because because Nick Fuentes is a little bit attractive. I don't know. He's a little bit metrosexual. I don't get why. Where did this gay come from? What the fuck? And it's all because Tucker was mad that he got exposed by this guy. That this guy did not lie. Now he's actually actively trying to destroy his life. And it's true. Yeah, I get the frustration, Nick Fuentes. I get it when people get you banned. Tried to destroy your life, and all you did was you stood up for what you believed was right, and for some reason it was against a tyrant like Tucker Carlson or a tyrant like Proudly Radical.
Lied about it. Candace Owens said it was random I attacked Joe Kent. I tweeted everything that I just said at her a few months ago. I don't trust them. I don't know them. Their story's weird. They're telling us it's the Frankists. It's the neocons. I am overdosing on red pills. And you are not going to stop me. If you kill me, you will not stop me.
I freaking love this guy.
And genuinely, when I research this stuff, I get scared because I think that's their next move, is to try to mess with me in some escalating way. Because they do see me as a problem.
I believe it.
They say I'm getting too popular. I'm getting too...
I mean, they're sending two of their biggest guys, Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens, against him. That's huge.
Famous. I'm breaching containment. And now they deploy Candace Owens. At the peak of my popularity, she comes in out of the blue to invite me on her show and do this hit job. And then a week later, she goes on Tucker and they collude to do this hit job. And this isn't going to work. No one in the comments on Tucker's channel is buying it. I don't know what they'll do next, but I'll tell you one thing. That's the worst thing they could do, because when they do that, I become a martyr. I didn't start this show to start lying or selling out now or playing nice.
For real, we seen it happen to Andrew Tate. It's crazy they're actually doing what Andrew Tate is doing. What happened to Andrew Tate, that's what they're doing to him. Allegations out of nowhere, court cases, try to destroy his life, get him banned from everywhere, get him unbanked. Literally, this is the playbook to destroy masculine figures that are standing up for anything that governments do not want to happen. It's disgusting. We're completely ruled over by governments. Whoever is against Nick Fuentes is pro-government, pro-oligarchy, just pro-Aurelian rule. Like, you have no ability to even do anything without government overseeing every one of your behaviors and actions. Good luck for your lives. I would rather go end up in the middle of an ocean in an island somewhere rather than that disgusting life. But yeah.